Hey everyone, Jared here. I'm going to do a Bitfineon developer vlog update for April 9th, 2020. And going to start on the trading interface. We actually changed a couple of things here since the last update. We had run into an issue with the slider bar seen here in the order form. Um, it being applicable to only one side of the order book, or I'm sorry, order form with the previous design. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and um, created a dual buy and sell order form here. So if you want to buy Ethereum, right, the Ethereum pair here currently selected, you just select here buy Ethereum. You can then select your appropriate amount. And if you want to enter it in, you can do that. So on and so forth, your order type, and then buy. If you want to, oops, okay, so insufficient funds, obviously. So if you want to sell, then same function or same process, but just going to have to select sell here, and you see the button down there is being changed. And this is actually is interesting. Something I had in the original designs was going this route, and I noticed that lo and behold, Binance has moved their new order form layout from the kind of iconic dual order entry form to a singular order form in their new website UI. So it looks like a lot of exchanges are going this route, and it's pretty awesome that I feel like we were able to kind of preempt that trend. I think that's going to start and kind of have that future ability built into our interface here with Bitfineon. So yeah, that was the biggest change with the page here. You can see or actually, I'm sorry, we haven't actually integrated or activated the tooltip for the order book yet. That will be active on the next developer update, I imagine, which I might try to get the next one out a little bit earlier because we have a lot of things about to be pushed to the next build. But I wanted to get an update out to you guys so you could kind of see where we've been. We've been doing some back end work on the positions page, so that took up about 4 days. So some of the UI stuff is a little bit sparse on this developer update, but nonetheless, want to take time to show you guys. Um, we have some couple of design things going on right now. We're going to be changing some of these, like the indicator tab and the depth chart. So I'm trying to just really refine, again, the UI, the little things to make it as pleasing as possible. And then here, I know I showed it in the last developer update, but you have the crypto mood widget that this is a direct partnership and we've not had a press release for it yet. It'll be coming out next week for general distribution. But this is a direct partnership with CryptoMood, and CryptoMood is a news aggregator and um, sentiment analysis algorithm powered by AI. So it's actually really cool. You guys should check them out. Cryptomood.com, I believe, is the URL. And they developed this widget specifically for Bitfineon. So how it functions, because I think there was some confusion before, is that it will actually populate to the pair that you have selected. And I believe that it supports Litecoin. So you can see here that it changes to the pair that you have supported. And it's going to give you some up to the moment sentiment analysis based on over 20,000 um, news and media outlets that they have aggregated to power their AI algorithm. And it's going to give you just kind of an analysis on the daily, on the 4 hour, and on the 1 hour. And you can see Litecoin has had no recent news in the last hour. It's showing a social indicator at 2.7, which generally means positive. And then if you want to go check out your live feed stream of recent news articles, you can see here that all of these are Litecoin specific, or at least have a mention, significant mention of Litecoin in them. And then it gives you an analysis based on, or analysis metric here, readout of that article's sentiment. So the more green, the more positive, right? So if you want to read a bullish, positive article about Bitcoin, I'm sorry, about Litecoin, you can select those here in the widget. You can scroll through quite a long time. Uh, yeah, and then if you want to, and then conversely, if you see it being red, it's going to have maybe a slightly more negative leaning and bearish sentiment attached to it. Whale movements, okay. So whale movements, we might not have any for for Litecoin. Let's go back to Ethereum for a second, and here you can see whale movement. So this is going to track. This is pretty, popular tool that you see on Twitter and some other exchanges. I think Kraken has a dedicated analysis tool for whale movements. Binance obviously does, but this is just a quick snapshot of um, crypto asset transfers, wallet to wallet, and you can kind of see what's going on, give you a macro view of the whale movements there. And then again, live feed is the news. If you don't want this active, again, you just click the toggle button and now you're able to view the order form, I'm sorry, the order book and the trades without any of the CryptoMood widget info. Again, the watch list there, I mentioned that in the last developer vlog. Um, Pretty self-explanatory. If you want to add or subtract pairs, you're able to do that from the currency selector up here, right? So if you want to remove, say, Ethereum, you just toggle it off and it removes it from the list. If you want to sort by volume, by percentage of change in the last 24 hours, you can do that. And obviously this becomes somewhat handy the more pairs that you have. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the exchange page is really close to being finished. Um, yeah, it'll go through a round of QA just like the entirety of Bitfineon, and we'll make a lot of little adjustments as we get, to that final release date. The wallet page is getting very close. The placeholder tabs, those API endpoints for the backend stuff that we've been developing, the ROI and the PNL features, um, is nearly completed. Once that's done, plug it in. Front end guys will pretty it up with the design implementation, and then this page will pretty much be done. And I'm going to go back to trade, and I want you guys to notice that based on the community's input, it was something we instituted in this build. You'll notice that the charts load left to right now, not right to left. So you guys who mentioned that, I'll be happy to know that that has been implemented and will be available uh, at launch. Open orders, order history, trade history. I try and go through some of the things that I've already gone through in other developer vlogs, just so people who might land on these and are viewing them singularly and not as a series can kind of get an idea of everything. So just bear with me as I go through this stuff. Again, by default, your wallet dashboard will load with 3 currencies that you favorited. If you haven't favorited any, it'll load with Bitcoin, Litecoin, and XRP, I believe. No, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. That's correct. And then if you select them, it's going to give those default uh, uh, positions to your selections. My apologies. You can select up to 4. So this is how it looks with 4. If you don't like having 4, you can do 3. If you don't want 3, you can do 2. And if you don't like 2, you can do 1. But if you undo uh, from having 1 favorite to no selected to none selected, you will go back to the default 3 configurations. Yeah, so moving on to the shareable page. So the shareable page is actually completed. There's some legalese stuff that we need to put into, like the terms, to the terms, and then this little section down here will have like a brief legalese section, explanation of just the steps that are required to lock, and just some of the responsible disclosures that we need to make so that people know exactly what they're about to partake in when they lock in the share pool. And also it mentions like the 6-month lock, getting the 35% off all their trading fees if you lock for 6 months, a certain or a minimum amount of alco. And yeah, once that's done, obviously, if you need to read more, because this will only have a certain section, you have a little pop-up that comes here and it gives all the full details. Terms of service, you'll obviously have to select that to stake, and that will actually, when you click that, it will bring you to a part in the, like let's say it's down here, right? And this is share pool where it says your access to and control over information. When you click that, it'll bring you right to it, so you can just immediately have access to that information. You go, okay, great, that's cool, I agree, go back, hit submit, right? And you're staking. Right now, we can't go any further than this because we actually have it live and there are no Alco coins in this wallet. So you can see that if you try and enter in any amounts, this must be less than 0, but that's just because there's 0 coins in the wallet, right? But yeah, everything's good. These are just placeholder numbers right now, but all this stuff's done. Past stakes, obviously, you can see everything looks really great. I really am happy with how this is turning out. But yeah, the term length, read out here the ROI, the projected ROI. Ooh, little typo. Uh, Projected ROI chart here will give accurate up to the moment readouts of what someone can expect from their current stake period or the stake period that they might want to partake in, right? So all that information will be readily available. And then going to the positions page, again, a lot of stuff's you can see that we've added the like little arrow if you are on a certain column. You know, these little design things that we're going through and trying to make the platform, they say the devil's in the details, so we're trying to make it as uh, pleasing as possible. But this actually went through a pretty significant kind of logic redesign on the back end so that it will give more relevant information for open positions so that you'll be able to see unrealized and realized uh, gains and losses on open positions. And the way we're going to do some of this is if you're withdrawing coins from the exchange, it'll reduce your position because that's not something we can track. Um, so, and if you withdraw the entire amount, it'll close that position out. We're going to be doing this, or I think the positions page is really, or the feature really targets those traders who are doing like intraday trading, day trading, doing some swing trading. Maybe they're holding for like 3 or 4 days at a time, maybe a week, and then they're closing out those positions. It's not going to be for someone really who wants to like buy and hold Alco. I'm sorry, Alco. Well, buy and hold Alco, yeah, but buy and hold like say Bitcoin. They want to buy half a Bitcoin once a month, and then they're pulling that off the exchange to put it into cold storage. They're not trading with it or anything. This feature isn't really going to be like relevant to them. Again, who it's going to be relative to are those people who are trading spot positions, maybe using Bitfineon as a spot exchange to hedge from somewhere else, so they want to keep that open in the open position P&L, the unrealized and realized P&L feature that we have here is going to be really good for them. And then eventually, when we have our futures platform, all this stuff will tie into the futures P&L, excuse me, futures P&L uh, tools and stuff that we're going to build there. We will have an ability to market close the position from your positions tab. So if you come here and you notice like all of a sudden that the price is moving quickly, you won't have to go to the exchange page, right, and waste another like 10, 15 seconds or 30 seconds, or however long it takes to get back to the trade page and execute that trade. You just click the trade button that'll be to the right of the entry around where cost basis is, and you'll instantly close out that position. And once you do that, obviously that will move to a closed realized P&L entry in the closed position section, and yeah, you can go on with your day. That's pretty much it. We still are doing some final refinements on the responsive element of the of the landing page, and I imagine that'll be ready in the next day or two. So in the next update, let's hoping we have it ready for this one, but definitely by the next update we'll have it ready to show you guys. And also we will be releasing a new, or not new, but an updated list of all of the currencies, all the coins and tokens, the projects we want to support at launch. We've partnered with uh, MoonPay, which is a recently MoonPay. We have partnered with Banksa and Mercuro, but recently with MoonPay, they are a fiat uh, payment processor that has support for up to 40 cryptocurrencies. So we'll be able to support quite a few fiat uh, purchase options for crypto at launch. And in the next update, I hope to have at least Banksa integrated into this payment pop up here within the wallet dashboard. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. I think the video has gotten a little bit longer than I anticipated. I appreciate you guys checking it out. Again, if you have any questions, any suggestions, please join the Alco Discord, and I will drop a link in the description so you can head on over there. Join our community. The Alco community is our native cryptocurrency that's been around since 2017, and you'll be able to take part in the share pool to earn up to 50% of rewards that we're paying out. Get reduced trading fees and some other contest based incentives. But yeah, our community is active every day on Discord and Telegram, and follow that link. Ask any question you guys have, and I'll talk to you guys next time.